more broken promises, no more call to war. Lessons, love and peace that we're really fighting for. We can destroy hunger, we can conquer hate. Put down the arms and raise your voice. We're joining hands today. I was looking for a song to sing, search for a leader, but the leader was me. We were looking for the world to change. We can be heroes. Just go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud. If you're out there, tomorrow's starting now. If you're ready, we can shake the world. Believe again, it starts with them. We don't have to wait for destiny. We should be the change that we want to see. If you're out there, if you're out there and you're ready now, say it loud, scream it out. If you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud. If you're out there, tomorrow's starting now.
Check 1, 2.
You can have all the money in your hands, all the possessions anyone can ever have, but it's all worthless treasure. True worth is only measured not by what you got, but what you got in your heart. You can have everything, but what does it mean? It all means nothing if you don't stand up for something. You can't just talk the talk, you got to walk that walk. Yes, you do. It all means nothing if you don't stand up for something. And I stand up for you. And I stand up for you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. You do the best that you can do. Then you can look in the mirror, proud of who's looking back at you. Do you find the life you're living? Not by what you take, but what you're giving. And if you bet on love, there's no way you'll ever lose. Take a stand, make a stand for what's right. It's always worth the fight. It all means nothing if you don't stand up for something. You can't just talk the talk, you got to walk that walk. Yes, you do. It all means
Ain't here to judge, just to take a stand. The greater plans, the creator's plan. Let's all rise like the day began. Reach out and touch with the Savior's hand. On rock we stand like his native land. Let the ways of love be the ways of man.
If you don't stand for something, you can't just talk the talk. You got to walk that walk. Yes, you do. It all means nothing if you don't stand up for something. And I stand up for you. Yeah, I stand up for you. And I stand up for you. Stand up for you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
We want the power for the people. That's all we ask in our country, please. The sick and the hungry, unable, protect them and those who may live in fear. We as the young wish to say in this song, God bless great America. We give thanks to the old for achieving their goal. It is now up to us, and we know we must build up a trust. And we want the power for the people. That's all we ask in our country, dear. The sick and the hungry, unable, protect them and those who may live in fear. Power for the people. Power for the people. Power for the people. Power for the people. Yeah. Everybody knows hardening crimes is a part of the times, but it's rough for some people to live. Disease moving fast, but it don't have to last. It is now the nation's turn for all to be concerned. We can be free and still. It is the people's will. We want power for the people. That's all we ask in our country, dear. The sick and the hungry, unable, protect them and those who may live in fear.
Vote, baby, vote. Vote, baby, vote. Vote, baby, vote. Are you registered, baby? Vote, baby, vote. Vote, baby, vote. Vote, baby, vote. Are you registered, baby?
Hey guys, can we get you to sit in the middle aisle, please? Would that be okay, please? We can get you to sit in the center section of the pack. Thank you. We want to look good for the rest of the state. Good morning to over the 100 schools joining us today on Zoom, and welcome to National Voter Registration Day. My name is Rick Toward. I am the Social Studies Department Chair here at Bemidji High School. We the people are the first three words in the United States Constitution. In the Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln referenced a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Since voting is the language of democracy, when we express our voices at the ballot box, it helps create the country we desire. Today, you can take the first step towards enjoying that fundamental right. But realize that with that right also comes responsibility. I encourage you to not only vote at every opportunity, but to educate yourself on the candidates and the issues so you can make an informed decision, and together we can create a more perfect union.
Hey, hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Rick and Bemidji High School team and students. We're delighted to highlight this fabulous community of Bemidji, the home of Paul Bunyan, to so many others across the state. And thank you to all our schools and students out there who are joining us across the state today. Please put your name of your school into the chat so we can do some shout outs to the 150 schools now joining us in our programs. We also want to thank the organizers of today's event. I'm Michelle Whitty from the League of Women Voters of Minnesota, and we also have LWV Bemidji, the Office of the Secretary of State, the Minnesota GOP, the Minnesota DFL, and also School District 622, who helped us with our videos for our wonderful statewide live virtual National Voter Registration Day. We also have a special greeting today from U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar and her Senate opponent in this race, Royce White, who did great promo video for us to use with GOP members at the Minnesota State Fair. We'd like to share that with you now to show you that no matter who you vote for, we're all in this together.
Hello, I'm Senator Amy Klobuchar, and in the United States Senate, I have the honor of representing the great state of Minnesota, where we have the highest voter turnout in the country. Voting is how we make our voices heard in our democracy. It's how we protect the freedoms that make our country great. It's how we decide America's future. That's why it's so important for you to register to vote. And in Minnesota, 16 and 17-year-olds can actually pre-register, so you'll be ready to vote right when you turn 18. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and make sure your voice is heard on Election Day. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, my name is Royce White. I'm your Republican nominee for United States Senate, joining you from the great Minnesota Get-Together. And I'm reaching out to ask our members to get high schools in your community signed up for National Voter Registration Day. 16 and 17-year-olds can now pre-register to vote too. Please help get our students voter ready for this election.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce Minnesota's Secretary of State, who oversees our elections, Steve Simon.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. Good to be here in Bemidji, Minnesota, Bemidji High School, and to address all our partners from high schools across the state. So I'm Steve Simon, Secretary of State, and our office oversees the Minnesota election system. So I like to say that we're in the democracy business. And today is a really important day for the democracy business. It's National Voter Registration Day, where we get to focus our attention, not just to Minnesota, but nationally, on that step of the process, voter registration. So what is that? What does it mean to register to vote? It's something you got to do before you actually vote, but it's really not complicated despite the name. It doesn't mean a bunch of things. It means two things, not 20 or 8. It means 2. Registration just means you got to show that you are who you say you are and that you live where you say you live. That's it. And it's really super simple to do. You can go to our website, which is mnvotes.gov, mnvotes.gov. And here's the new thing. As you already heard, we have a new law on the books that says 16 and 17-year-olds can pre-register to vote. So what does that mean? It means that you fill out the very same form online at mnvotes.gov, or I suppose you could do it on paper, and you basically get in line to get registered to vote. So someone's going to check to see if you are who you say you are, you live where you say you live, but it's going to take you 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops to go on that website, whether you're 18, 17, or 16, fill out the same form, and there you go. Then you're in the system, and on your 18th birthday, you're ready to go. Now, there are other ways for you to get involved this year as well. Some of you have been to a polling place on Election Day, and if you have, and even if you haven't, you may know that the people who staff the polling place on Election Day, those poll workers, they're known in Minnesota as election judges. And that's an opportunity that you can take. You can be one of those at age 16, not 18, but 16 in Minnesota. It's a paid opportunity. It is not a volunteer job. So those folks you see in the polling place, they're paid. You can be paid as of age 16. You get paid even for the 2 hours of training, which you can mostly do online, and you get paid for that day. Under state law, they have to let you out of school. Under state law, they have to let you out of work. And it's a great front row seat to democracy. Have I mentioned that it's paid? It is paid. It's not a volunteer job. It might look good on an application or look good on a resume. So I hope you consider that. But overall, just zooming out on National Voter Registration Day, I hope you're thinking not just about the election that's 49 days away, but the ones that are going to come after that, because we want to get all of you thinking of yourselves as voters even before you are voters, so that that first election you're eligible at 18, 19, 20, or whatever, you vote. Because when you do that, and if you do that, you're going to be a lifelong voter. And that's good no matter what your leanings are politically, no matter who you vote for. Thanks for your time and attention. Happy National Voter Registration Day. Thanks, everybody. It's now my privilege to introduce Sonia Wadena, who's the Director of Indian Education here at the Bemidji School District. Sonia, thank you.
Bonjour, my name is Sonia Wadena, and I'm here to share with you the why behind my family traditions of voting. My grandfather was born in 1887 and my grandmother was born in 1898 and considered non-citizens of the United States by virtue of being born American Indian. In 1924, they were afforded citizenship under the Indian Citizenship Act, and 2 years later, my father was born. But again, not with full constitutional rights under the, as a other majority population of the United States. My father joined the Navy and fought in the South Pacific during World War II, but despite his dedication and sacrifices, he was still unable to voice his vote in elections. My dad was 34 and my grandparents were 73 and 62 years old when they were finally able to legally vote in the United States. Because of those circumstances, I believe voting is my personal and civic duty and way to honor my ancestors and those that came before me. I recall going to the polls with my parents as a child, and they would talk about who they were voting for and why they were voting for them and what impact that would have on future generations. That's why I took my children to the polls when they were growing up, and I was with them the first time they had an opportunity to vote. So what can you do? You can pre-register today and vote when you have an opportunity. You can engage your family and friends and let your aunties and uncles and grandparents and parents know that when they vote, that impacts your future. So ask them and encourage them to vote their values. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brianna Harder, and I'm a proud social studies teacher at Camden High School in North Minneapolis. I am so excited about the great work that's happening in our state that is giving 16 and 17-year-olds the chance to register to vote. Even though you can't vote until you're 18, you will be ready to go to cast your ballot. And until then, a great way to be civically engaged in the election process is to be a student election judge. I have nothing but good stuff to say about this program. This gives young people an opportunity to work as an election judge, doing almost all of the things that election judges do in their neighborhoods, with their neighbors, friends, and elders, with their family, and it gives you a great educational and experiential way to learn about one of the key elements of our democracy. So sign up to be a student election judge, get registered to vote, and let's get out the vote.
Thanks, Brianna. It's my pleasure to now introduce another very active student, Faven Tesfaye.
Hello, my name is Faven Tesfaye, and I am a junior at Burnsville High School. I am a youth fellow through the League of Women Voters and represent Congressional District 2 on the Minnesota Youth Council. Through being a part of these organizations, I felt more comfortable in myself to speak up about issues we as young people see every day. Understanding no issue is too small to share your perspective on, I continue to share what I believe and want to see in my community. I personally won't be able to vote this November, but it still doesn't stop me and others under 18 from being involved. From pre-registering, it lets you start your journey as a civically engaged person right now. Sorry about that. An amazing opportunity you can do before this November, as Secretary of State Simon mentioned, is to become a student election judge in your respected county. I had the amazing opportunity last month during the primaries to become a student election judge, and I had amazing time with great conversations. There are so many amazing civically held student positions all over Minnesota, but you all just have to dig a little deeper to find them.
Awesome. You see how live we are? You can hear the students in their schools with the bells going off and everything. It's fabulous. So thank you so much, Megan. And I'm excited now to introduce Marcus, who is a student body president from Wayzata High School and the executive director for the Youth Voter Project. Welcome, Marcus.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate it.
And
Hi,
was on
everyone.
NPR this morning. We got to give you that plug too.
I was also on NPR News with Kathy Wurzer this morning, which was awesome. But I'm more excited to be here with you guys today. So like Michelle said, I'm Marcus Westman, and I'm so glad you're joining us today for this absolutely critical event. In December of 2023, I started the Youth Voter Project because I see the potential of our generation to make a real difference in the world. Even if you're under 18, there are so many opportunities for youth to pursue besides voting. The first step is to pre-register to vote. Check. Good for you guys. You can also volunteer with a political party if you believe in their cause. You can work as a student election judge, or you can start your own project, like I did, and pave your own path forward. If you take even one of these paths, you can have an even larger impact than voting can. Visit youthvoterproject.org to learn more about the work we're doing across Minnesota, and follow our Instagram at Youth Voter Project to stay up to date. I'm so excited to see where this journey takes you. You are going to do great things. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Marcus. Great message. Another busy high schooler is Mari Manier from Mounds Park Academy in St. Paul. Let's hear from Mari.
Hi, Minnesota. I'm Mari Manier, and I attend Mounds Park Academy in St. Paul. We are a private K-12 school with around 240 upper school students. I am really proud to say that over the past couple of months, our student body has become more politically active because of the election club I run at MPA. Over the past couple of months, we have done various things that I'm excited about. Discuss current events in a neutral manner, host Secretary Simon on campus, and today, we're hosting the voter registration drive in conjunction with our Social Consciousness Club. Personally, I'm really excited about this event because it means that our students can have a voice in democracy, whether or not they can turn 18 before November 5th or they turn 18 sometime after that. It's still really important to pre-register, and I hope you recognize that today.
Yay, Mari. Hey, we also want to take just a minute to do a shout out to some of our schools who are online today. New Century School, Highview ALC, Minnetonka Vantage, Public Policy, Face-to-Face Academy, Minnetonka High School, Minneapolis Edison High School, Minnetonka High School is back. Go Skippers. Highview, Simley High School, Cass Lake ALC, Mankato East. Thank you so much for joining us from across the state of Minnesota. And now I'll kick it back to Michael, who is going to do the really good work here today to get us all registered and pre-registered to vote.
Thank you, Michelle. And you notice who she didn't mention? Let's hear it for the Lumberjacks. All right. We are live with a couple of hundred people here and however many hundreds of juniors and seniors across the state. I don't have to tell you why we're doing. You have heard better voices than mine. But if you would pull out phones, laptops, tablets, and we're going to go to mnvotes.gov and do pre-registration right here. As Secretary Simon said, it's a 3-minute process. We're going to slow it down just a tad. Maybe it'll be 5, 6 minutes. We'll answer some questions. mnvotes with an s.gov, and you will see a picture of people voting. And if you're on your phone, you'll scroll down to see what we're going to click on next. Under Register to Vote, it's on the left-hand side of our screen, you will see Register to Vote Online. Click that and you are in the form. Very quick, 5 pages, 5 short pages. And here's page 1. It's just 2 questions. This is eligibility. You have to say that you are a citizen of the United States, and you have to say you're at least 16 years of age to pre-register. If you're not eligible today, that's all right. You probably are going to be. So just follow along with us. 2 yes or no questions on page 1. That's it. Are you a citizen? Yes. And are you at least 16? And if you want to vote, will you be 18 on the next election day? Yes, yes. Sam, click next if you would. Page 2, who are you? So we are doing first name, last name. If you want to put a middle name or a middle initial, feel free. There is a button underneath. You only need that if you are changing your name and re-registering. So we are going to birth date, month, day, year. That's it. ID number is one of 2 things. Either the number from your license, permit, or state ID, it's that capital letter followed by 12 numbers. Or if you don't have one of those or don't have one with you, you can click right above it where it says, I don't have. We'll let Sam finish that number. I don't have a Minnesota ID, which really means I don't have it with me as much as I don't have one. And you can enter in the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Easily done. Contact information. Online, you're required to give an email address. No spam. You'll only hear from your county if there's a question about your registration or pre-registration. Phone number is optional, totally up to you. And when you have put in that email and phone if you wish, it's next. We're almost done. Here is where you live. Secretary Simon said you have to prove 2 things. We just proved who we are. They'll check that. Now, where you live. The counties provide by zip code all of the streets, so we start with a zip code. After that, they're asking the number of your house. So if you live in an apartment building, it's the number of the building. If your house, it's the number of the house. By the way, that checkbox at the top is if you would like to receive your ballot by mail every time. That's what the permanent absentee voter list checkbox is at the top. So once you have put in your zip code and your number, you can click on street, and there's a pull-down menu of streets in that zip code. County has already provided it for you. You don't have to worry about spelling. Battle Creek Road, there we go. If you re-register or update your registration, that's what that next button is for at the bottom. But right underneath there it is. Right underneath the street is the ability to put an apartment number. If you have one, you click that. And the first box is what you call it. Is it number 17? Is it apartment 17? Unit 17? So you pick whatever is appropriate. Thank you. Pick one of those and then click to the right of it. And that's where you put in the number. Easily done. Let's go to next. And we have like 30 seconds left. This is page 4 is what you told us right? Do we have it right? Is this your street? Is the spelling of your name correct? All of that, that's page 4. If it is, you click next. Last page. You read the bullet points, basically saying, I'm telling the truth. I'm eligible to vote, and the information I've given you is true, and I understand that it's a crime to lie in the form. If you agree, you check the box, type in your full name, that's your online signature, and you click submit. That's it. You'll get a screen like this saying, congratulations, you've submitted your registration. That's it. I hope you all do it. If not today, another day. Thanks a lot. Jane, we're going to close out now with a representative from the local League of Women Voters here in the Bemidji area.
I would like to thank you all here at Bemidji High School for participating in today, and also all of you online. I believe you all now should be ready to vote, whether it's this year, 2 years from now, whenever. Once you register, you will be ready to vote, which as a former teacher, I am so proud of all the students are taking this proactive step to get registered. Please take a little bit more time. The Bemidji High School students have got the vote411.org bookmarks in their hand. For the rest of you, the vote411.org site has all kinds of information about the candidates. And when you are ready to vote, please visit that so you make an informed choice. Thank you again for participating. Have a great day. Bye.